What if I told you that most best monitor lists are lying to you? I tested over displays from budget 2 and only 4 made the cut. Number 3 is not OLED, not mini LED, and yet it destroys both. By the end of this video you'll know exactly which monitor to buy and which to avoid forever. Let's begin. Starting at number 1. ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27 UCDM. The best monitor for PS5 and PS5 Pro that we've tested is the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27 UCDM. It's a high-end 4K, 27-inch monitor that's superb for gaming. While the monitor's max 240Hz refresh rate is too high to use with the PS5 or PS5 Pro, it still supports any signal from the console, including 4K at 120Hz, thanks to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. This high refresh rate is also beneficial if you want to connect your gaming PC on the side. Additionally, it features a near-instantaneous response time, providing crystal-clear motion even with fast-moving objects. Besides its high-end performance for console gaming, it delivers premium picture quality thanks to its QD OLED panel. HDR games look fantastic, with rich, vivid colors. The monitor has near-infinite contrast, displaying deep blacks alongside bright highlights in dark rooms, although deep blacks appear purple in bright rooms. If you game in a bright room and you want an OLED that maintains deep blacks, look into the ASUS ROG Strix OLED XG32 UCWMG. It's a 4K OLED with fantastic performance and a glossy coating, but colors aren't as vivid as on the PG27 UCDM. Number 2. KOORUI S2725QS. While OLEDs like the Dell S2725QS offer the best gaming performance and picture quality, the Dell can be expensive if it's not on sale. If you want to save money, look into the KOORUI S2725QS, which is worth getting when you can find it on sale and cheaper than the Dell. It's a drop in performance and picture quality from OLED monitors, like the Dell, because it has a low native contrast ratio, and blacks look gray in dark rooms when you don't use its local dimming feature. However, once you use its local dimming feature, it deepens blacks next to bright highlights with minimal haloing around bright objects. Sadly, there's black crush in dark scenes, causing a loss of fine details, which can make it harder to see content and shadows of games. On the plus side, the KOORUI has a high 4K resolution, delivering detailed images. It also has everything you'd expect to find in a gaming monitor, like HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. It supports all signals with a PS5 and PS5 Pro because of this. Even though it doesn't have a near-instantaneous response time like an OLED, motion still looks sharp at any refresh rate. Plus, it even gets brighter than the Dell and the ASUS, so it's the better choice to use in a well-lit room, as it fights glare. Number 3. Dell S2725QS. If you have a PS5 Pro and are looking for a budget monitor, there are a few things to consider. As the PS5 Pro is better processing than the standard PS5, it can reach 4K at 120Hz signals better. With this, you'll benefit from getting a budget 4K monitor. If that's what you're interested in, the Dell S2725QS is a good choice. It takes a step back from the KOORUI S2741LM in a few performance areas. For example, fast-moving objects have more blur. It also has worse picture quality because it lacks a local dimming feature, so blacks look gray. It doesn't get as bright either, so it doesn't deliver highlights that pop for an impactful HDR gaming experience. However, this is what you have to expect from a budget option. It's also different from the KOORUI because it's designed as an office monitor with some gaming features. This includes a 120Hz refresh rate and HDMI 2.1 bandwidth to take advantage of the PS5 Pro with 4K signals up to 120Hz, including with VRR. It also provides a responsive gaming experience thanks to its low input lag at any refresh rate. Number 4. ASUS Q27G3XMN. If you have the PS5, and not the PS5 Pro, you can look for lower-cost budget monitors that don't necessarily support 4K at 120Hz signals. So, if you're looking for the best PS5 monitor on a budget, check out the ASUS Q27G3XMN. It's different from the Dell S2725QS because it has a 1440p resolution and lacks HDMI 2.1 bandwidth to take full advantage of the PS5. It doesn't support HDMI 4M VRR to reduce screen tearing with the console either. That said, this is what you have to expect from a low-cost monitor. You can still play games with a 1440p resolution up to 120Hz or downscaled 4K at 60Hz. It's better than the Dell in terms of gaming because it has a faster response time, but there's some smearing with fast-moving objects. It also has better picture quality as it features mini LED backlighting and has a good local dimming feature, similar to the KOORUI S2741LM. This means it displays deep blacks next to bright highlights, which is great for HDR gaming. You can also check out the similar ASUS Q27G40XMN if you want better local dimming, but it can be harder to find depending on where you live, and it has worse motion handling. So which of these 4 monitors fits your setup? All links to every monitor shown. If this saved you hours of research, hit that like button. It helps more people find the truth. Share this with a friend who's about to waste money on a bad screen, and subscribe because next week I'm exposing the most overpriced monitor brands. See you in the next one.